All right, hello everyone. I'm your host, RedProtocol, and with me is elPrice, and today we're gonna watch a great match of Gundam Evolution between Meowing Cats and Expired Pancakes.
See, hello everyone. I'm so excited to see this match go out. Expired Pancakes is honestly, although they are near the bottom of the leaderboard, they have been impressing us with their plays. I wonder if they're going to be able to bring it up against Meowing Cats, who is third overall right now. And well, most teams are technically second overall, but that doesn't matter because all these teams, they're great. And I just can't wait to see how this first game of week 4 will turn out. Will Expired Pancakes come up on top, or will the the, the Meowing Cats go for another win this week?
Yeah, personally, I'm really excited to see Expired Pancakes again. Last time I was casting, I casted Expired Pancakes, and while they lost to Gundam 7 Stars, I saw a lot of potential in a lot of the things they were doing. So I'm really excited to see them going again. Particularly, I remember Zilla on the Exia was very fun to watch, so I'd love to see some more Exia play potentially.
Yeah, Buenzilla's Exia, it's honestly like super impressive. I think personally, I would think that his Exia is one of the best in the leagues. Like you always see his flying speed on point. His GN sword is always charged up and ready to go to cancel a note or to just get a good pick on the other team. So, um, I'm
Yeah,
excited to see how and Cass will be able to formulate a plan against it.
yeah, and so while we love to talk up Expired Pancakes and see what they can do, we have to address like the elephant in the room, which is that Meowing Cats are a very strong looking team, and so they're definitely the favorites going into this.
Yeah, Meowing Cats having a run last season, being first place overall, it's going to be a tough match. They are a very strong team, and I'm very excited to see some gameplay here. I want to see RX Moon on turn A. I love me some turn A gameplay, and I know RX Moon is a great player, so I want to see if that'll be played or if Meowing Cats will go for a ban, because that is a very smart ban, if you ask me.
Yeah, and another player I've really seen stand out on Meowing Cats is Orbit on the melee suits, especially his Barbados. I love seeing some Barb gameplay. Barb's not exactly like the greatest right now, so when you see someone pull off like some really sick Barb plays in the current patch, it's very exciting. So hopefully you get to see some of that today. A little Exia Barb duel maybe. Well, it'll all depend on how the unit bans go, but yeah.
Yeah, honestly, a good Barb is always a nice treat to see. You see these incredible flanks, these incredible attacks, and especially if they coordinate with their team well. That is one deadly player. So I'm excited to see that as well.
Yeah, well, like that's the beauty of Gundam Evolution in general, right? Like there are so many units and there are so many different ways you can sort of create team compositions and make plays like surrounding them, right? Like regardless of the meta, most units are pretty balanced right now. So there's like a lot of choice and there's a lot of variety in the game. And I think the pick ban system that lets us sort of get rid of some of the best units and have to change up the game plan mid-match makes it a bit more exciting.
Yeah,
If
I
I'm
honestly. Oh, go
I was
ahead.
just gonna
Sorry.
say that like if I'm both of these teams, I wonder who I'm thinking to ban.
Yeah, honestly, that's a very good question to ask. Both of these teams have incredible players that they at their disposal. It's just a matter of who picks the right ban. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if one of these teams banned Pill Rider right out of the box because current patch Pill Rider is just so incredibly strong. Sometimes it makes no sense not to ban him, but sometimes it makes so much sense not to ban him.
Yeah, I think with the Pale Rider ban, it depends a lot on like the individual team's confidence and whether or not they think their Pale Rider can do better than the other team's Pale Rider. So I almost don't want to see a Pale Rider ban just because it sort of tells the other team that you think they're a better shot than you. And I think every team should try and be confident and think that they can win the fight. One thing I was thinking about was what if they ban Z2M? But then I realized no, we actually have two sort of Z2M mains on both sides with Bone Kel and Death God. So I'd love to see if we get to see a Z2M duel this match.
Honestly, I would love to see that. Bone Killer and Death God are two very good Z2Ms, and if they play their cards right, I wonder who's going to see it come up top because these are both great teams, and at the end of the day, that 1v1 or that Z2M diff could be the end, like the matchmaking difference, right?
Yeah, I remember
But
last time we saw Expired Pancakes play, we saw the Z2M duel between Death God and Derpitar. And while Derpitar came out ahead overall, it was a very close duel. And every time the two of them were fighting, it was very fun to watch. And there was always highlight plays by the Z2Ms, which makes it really exciting. But now we're moving on to the map pick and bans. Do you have any idea what you think the teams might go for their pick and bans here?
Honestly, I expect to see people want to go for that Harbor City, want to go for those classic maps that everybody likes, and maybe we might get an Ironworks. Everybody who's I've talked to loves Ironworks. It's honestly an incredible map, probably up there with Mount R&D, but Harbor banned right away.
Yeah, it looks like your predictions sadly not come true with Harbor being banned right away and Missile Base being banned right after. Yeah, I'd love to see potential Ironworks or Conveyance Facility map pick. You know, they're the new maps to the game. We haven't seen any gameplay on them yet in sort of the competitive scene, so it'd be really exciting to see if one of those maps gets pulled out here today.
Yeah, the conveyance facilities. It's sorry. It's a bit of an odd map. It's very large, but teams that can play themselves right and not stagger themselves too much on defending side will usually come up top, but that's something very hard to do. It is a very attacker-sided map, but it's still a very good map. And I'm excited to see if these teams are going to play it with Mount R&D ban coming up next from Expired Pancakes.
Well, thankfully, Meowing Cats, sorry, have banned the best map, have banned the worst map in the game, Lunar Comm Station. So glad to see that. I think now we're moving on to which team's going to pick what map. So that's very exciting to see. Finally, what we're actually going to be seeing today.
Yeah, honestly, as much as Lunar Comm gets hate, it's like a street hot dog, you know? Like if you're hungry and you just got out of work, sometimes that's going to be like your perfect meal, right? But I understand that that's not for everyone, and that some people are just not going to like it. But I think Lunar Comm is great. You just got to really coordinate yourself and really try and get lucky there, which is kind of hard. But so honestly, I want to see these teams go to Ironworks. That's what I want right now.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen the Flag Fort ban come out, and Ironworks Conveyance Facility still in the pool. So yeah, potentially we're going to be seeing some gameplay on the new maps here. Interestingly, I know a lot of the community can't stand Ministry of Defense, but that's still an option here. So I wonder if we're going to see some of that.
It might be Meowing Cats might actually take it there, but I think they are banning the hated maps right now. But they went for thermal, so I guess I'm wrong. These teams continue to just like just give me more food as soon as I stop eating, and so I stop talking.
Yeah, there's no real way to predict what these teams are going to go for with the pick bans, which is really exciting. We really don't know what we're going to get. Again, the two new maps still available. You could potentially be seeing the first gameplay on Ironworks or Conveyance Facilities, and spoken too soon, Conveyance Facilities is gone. Ironworks still up though, so we'll see. Expired Pancakes ruining the fun. Come on, guys.
Hopefully, Meowing Cats take out Canyon Base. That means there is a very high chance or strong chance that we play Ironworks. I would love to see some Ironworks. That is a wonderful map. Honestly, one of the as much as I hate to say it, the devs finally understood how to make these maps look different and how to make them look good. But Colony Post gets picked out, and it seems like Meowing Cats will get next pick. If it's Ministry of Defense, I'll be disappointed. But if it's Ironworks, oh boy.
Come on, Meowing Cats. We know you want to. Pick Ironworks. Let's see some fun gameplay on the new map. Personally, I haven't gotten to play too much Ironworks, but I love the aesthetic as well. You mentioned the aesthetic and how they've made a map that looks like different and unique, and I agree. It like the red aura the whole map has, and just the lava mechanic and how it looks. It's really engaging, way more interesting than a lot of the other maps in the game. But we're still waiting on what Meowing Pancakes are going to pick here, and they pick the Ironworks. We get to see some Ironworks gameplay finally, so that's going to be really exciting to see.
Meowing Cats does not disappoint in these times, and I'm here for it. Hopefully, these teams go for like a better map for the last pick. I think Expired might go for the Ministry ban, considering nobody likes Ministry, but it's still an option. And guess who was right?
Yeah, Ministry's gone. No one likes Ministry for good reason. Ministry can be a very rough map. A single bomb plant will determine the entire thing. And with the Quarry ban too, that means Underground Command Center is the final map. And going over to the side picking, so far looks like Expired Pancakes pick defense on Colony Trading Post.
Honestly, I'm quite excited to see these two teams played out. Seemingly Ironworks does not like really matter what side you pick, but But two bomb maps. This could be a long map, or we could see this come out quickly. See which team really comes up top. Because Ironworks is a new map, and it seems like Meowing Cats is quite confident enough to play it. But at the same time, Expired Pancakes is confident enough not to ban it. So I'm very excited to see how this map will go.
Yeah, maybe there's been some scrimming going on in the behind the scenes where some ironworks are being played and both teams are confident on the map, or maybe the teams just want to see how it goes and it's never been scrimmed before and they're just taking the gamble. We don't really know, but we also see Underground Command Center, Expired Pancakes getting both defense sides on the bomb maps. So from what I can tell, that's a good start for them, and I would say these pick bans overall favor them with the defense start on both bomb maps.
Yeah, honestly, these defense picks are really big, and hopefully Experiment Pancakes can like take advantage of them. But I'm hoping that we do get some Zeta Gundam here in Ironworks at least, just so we get to show off like any new members of the community, anyone interested in the game, just how cool this new season is.
Yeah, it'd be really cool to see a new unit on the new map. But yeah, we're gonna go into pick bans now for the units on Colony Trading Post. So we're gonna see what units are allowed to, or what units get banned out and can't be played. I know you mentioned earlier potentially seeing a Pale Rider ban.
Honestly, I'm not too sure now. Seeing these map picks, they're not super Pale Rider friendly, but like that's every map you can play with Pale Rider. It's like it's a Call of Duty character. Like there's no unfriendly map for him. But at the same time, I'm expecting a Dom Trooper ban or something more like around that type. Maybe a Barb ban, considering how strong Orbit is on that Barb.
Yeah, yeah, and so far we see the Sosby ban done first by Meowing Cats to take out the Sosby. It's really interesting. So no Sosby going to be in play for Colony Trading Post. That means no big tank blocking off the bombs, blocking off pathways. That's really interesting. This game without Sosby, wow, that's going to be a really unique experience. Now it's up to Expired Pancakes and see what they ban.
Let's see if Pancakes out here go for a hype ban. I think that'll be really funny, but at the same time, for all we know, they're gonna pull out Dom on both teams, and then there's gonna be no pushing past those choke points.
I mean, what I'm thinking about now is Z2M. Both teams love Z2M, but Z2M value kind of diminished with no Saw as the counter.
Yeah, but hopefully we see some hype gameplay here. I think we're gonna see it. And it's Pale Rider. Okay. Pancake just says we don't want that smoke.
Yeah, I mean, so yeah, Pale Rider and Sosby banned, two staples of the sort of competitive comps in this game, banned from the get-go. So Colony with no Pale Rider and Sosby, it's gonna be really interesting. One thing that Pale Rider is really great for is on the defense, sitting on the high ground for the top bomb and then shooting down at the B bomb site below. And with Pale Rider out, that's not gonna be an option anymore. I wonder how teams are gonna adapt to that at the first point.
Honestly, I think we're gonna see Gundam instead. It's a really strong mobile suit, and you can just do the same thing. Just look at those grates and just shoot through them. It's you're getting the same amount of value. You're just reloading more.
Another thing I'm thinking about is a lot of teams don't run healer and they depend on Pale Rider's healing pod to sort of be giving them that sort of sustainability and that healing. Without Pale in the comp, I wonder if teams might go towards a healer potentially. Maybe we'll see some unicorns, some Methus, or maybe even some GM.
Honestly, as much as I would love to imagine it, I don't think Methus is a pick right now. That healing is just not worth the pick. So, but I do hope to see some unicorn or some gym. We all know we love some gym every now and then.
Hearing Methus not viable hurts my soul. I'll never give up on my first love, Methus. But yeah, we'll see what all teams are picking now.
Team's trying to go here for like a really funny little silly matching fixtures, but it just seems like it didn't like match up.
They didn't coordinate fully.
Yeah, it's sad. It's sad.
Hopefully it doesn't translate in game.
Yeah, hopefully. And we see Zeta. Let's go. Barely functional. Picking Zeta on the side of Pancakes. I wonder if they've had the playtime to truly understand just the pure setup potential and just insane damage capabilities that Zeta has here, especially without those shields. I'm really excited to see
Zeta on this map is all of the airspace in this map means Zeta has tons of room to sort of fly around and sort of take space and be a constant threat in the air. And without a Sosby, yeah, to sort of like be that sort of main tank and take all these shots. I wonder how much how much value Zeta's gonna be able to get. Also, another thing I want to point out, Bonekelt running the new Gundam, not the Z2M. I wonder if the Sosby ban has Bonekelt not wanting to play the Zaku melee.
That might be it, but it could that new ult and just straight up new damage is very strong. It could be in. Oh wait, they switched off. But I am seeing depressed Tanuki play Mephis. Maybe they're just dating with barely functional, seeing as they're going with the Zeta and Mephis combo, or it could just be a strategy we don't know.
Yeah, I mean, we're gonna see what happens now with the gates finally opening, and we're gonna see how this attack sort of fares without a Sosby. I'm really excited to see how this goes. And it looks like we're getting an even split now from Meowing Cats, with 3 going main, 3 going through to Waypoint. And it looks like the defense is actually trying to defend Waypoint.
Interesting. It seems like they already gotten some good damage, and depressed Tanuki just oh, is everything okay? Never mind, we're good. Teams are going in and just fighting it out, and we get a first pick on Bone Kill. That's a big advantage for one of our teams here, as they're just going to be able to hold it longer without having that pressure from the Zaku.
Yeah, I mean, Meowing Pancakes, they were able to initially get the Waypoint, but it seems like it's fallen back into the side of the defense. And yeah, I really think this lack of Sosby is really hurting this attack. You saw they were able to get up the stairs there, but they just got shot back at, and they couldn't take those sustained damage. But now, right now we see Big Richard, or Cool Cheese, up in the air as that Ash on the Waypoint side, with Boinzilla trying to come in and take Waypoint back, but the shots are landing on the side of Cool Cheese, and Boinzilla is down. That means the Waypoint has been secured for Meowing Cats, and they are planting the bomb as we speak, but it's been denied by Expired Pancakes.
Barely functional gets picked out here by Big Richard, and it seems like they might have a chance just to keep holding this, as the plant did not go down. The Ashimar pick is still really strong, and I'm starting to wonder, why didn't Pancakes go for it here?
I mean, one thing I think Expired Pancakes have done is they've adapted to the Sosby ban, maybe I think a little bit better than Meowing Cats have. I think the Mephis pick was really smart, because you don't have this tank to sort of take all this damage safely with the shield, so instead they're letting themselves take the damage and hoping the Mephis heal will make up for it. But as I say that, 2 members from Expired Pancakes go down, make that 3.
Tanuki gets the res, but I don't think it's going to be worth it, as barely functional gets flipped, but RX Moon just does not capitalize off of it, but Big Richard comes in for the save. Plant goes down, and hopefully they get to keep it.
Yeah, well, not a full team wipe. It looks like Meowing Cats has taken most of the space, and they're set up now to defend this bomb. They have 43 seconds left, and it looks like the push is coming in from the hallway from Expired Pancakes, with Boinzilla going and trying to get on that Hyperion. You know, Exia goes great into Hyperion, being able to deny his shield, but the fight looks like it's gone the way of Zolta, being able to escape, and Bonekelt gets 2 with the charge, but Death God returns.
Death God gets another one, but the game is still like in the favor of Cats. I'm wondering when this Nano will be gone, but it seems like Tanuki is just gonna fight Luna here, and I don't know if they're gonna be able to recontest this. That Mephis goes down, and that Nano, I don't think it's gonna be used.
Yeah, it looks like it's affecting both sides of Sosby ban. Like, as we see, we had the Methish there trying to entry out from the hallway, because they just don't have this big tank unit to sort of take this space for them. And now we see Meowing Cats trying to get picks and stagger Expired Pancakes, and it seems like they've done it successfully. Oh, Death God in the back with a huge flank potentially, but will it be enough? Because it looks like Meowing Cats are already going to be able to take that Waypoint. Oh, it looks like barely functional with the Zeta ult. Oh, it doesn't look like
no one, and he gets traded out, sadly. That's one of the big weaknesses of Zeta. It just takes way too long to start up. Death God here in the backline, but I think he's going to die out due to just not having any support from his team.
Yeah, the flank the time didn't add up. His team went for the fight before he was really there to sort of help out. I feel like if they had waited a bit longer for him, maybe his ultimate could have let them take the space back and take Waypoint back. But now Boinzilla activating the Exia ult, trying to fight this Hyperion, but it seems like he's missed the part of the combo, and Zolta getting away, never mind. Boinzilla comes back, is able to take out Zolta with Exia. And Death God activating the Zakutu melee ult at the B bomb site, trying to make it so they can defuse this bomb, but he's actually taken out by Lunars. Oh, the counter Zakutu melee ult by Bonekelt. spinning around on the bomb site, taking up all of this space. The Metis is flying away, trying to avoid the Zaku 2 melee, but he's not able to. And now we need to see if Expired Pancakes are going to be able to retake this bomb site. Boyzilla going in at the start with a Texan Crab activating his Dom ult to sort of give them the entry and let them have the speed boost. But the kills are going on the side of Meowing Cats with that's 3, make it 4. Bonekel causing a ruckus down below, and that is a team kill with only 10 seconds left. I think this bomb site is done.
Meowing Cats has done a really good job of making sure they pick up those staggers, keep control of the point there, and honestly, they've been keeping the pressure on. I honestly think that Metis pick could have been stronger if they just cycled that nano, considering how fast they were getting it due to all the healing and damage they were getting on the side of Expired Pancakes. But with 2 minutes left on the clock, it's still not over, and I'm really excited to see just how Expired Pancakes will respond to this push from Meowing Cats.
Yeah, that's one thing with this new patch is you really don't want to hold onto your ultimate for too long. You generate it a lot faster now, so it's oftentimes more valuable to just throw it out, even if it's not like your desired combo, just because you want to be able to start cycling to the next ult.
Yeah, it's honestly a bit surprising, seeing as Texan Crab is on that Dom that the Zeta did not get the value they could. Honestly, Zeta has incredible frag potential if they are enabled properly, or if the other team is not keeping an eye on him.
I just want to say, people say Metis is dead, but look at that damage. Top damage on the side of Expired Pancakes from the Metis. You love to see it. But on the side of Meowing Cats, Big Richard, aka Cool Cheese, topping the charge by a pretty large margin on Ashimar. 28-1, a 28 KD. That's incredible.
Yeah, honestly. Not to mention, everyone else on all the other damage players, as in like RX Moon and Luna, have been doing a really good job of just providing that extra bit of damage and support. Not Luna, sorry, RX Moon. RX Moon and Luna. Yeah, I was sorry. I'm going insane.
Yeah. Yeah, the round's starting now, so we're gonna see what Expired Pancakes have cooked up for their attack side here. Without a Sazabi. I can't believe we're watching this game without a Sazabi. This is really exciting. And those mines doing a ton of damage to Boyzilla, almost entirely killing the waypoint push off the start, with the team going back towards health packs to sort of heal up. And it looks like they're gonna re-aggress through main instead. With the Ashmar fight in the air right now, barely functional versus Big Richard, and Big Richard wins out on that first duel.
Fuji's is really strong on this Ashimar. I'm honestly surprised that they went for the Pale ban instead of the Ash one, especially for this map here. Luna picks up Gwen, and it seems like the defuse is coming in, but Death God tries to contest with no avail.
Yeah, it looks like Expired Pancake's goal there was to try to plant that bomb so they can sort of make some space and be able to get waypoint, and it looks like it's worked out for them with them spawning over by the waypoint now, having captured that in all of the confusion of the bomb being planted. So now we're going to see what their plan is to push from waypoint without a Sosby, and it looks like the idea is sort of use the Hyperion bubble and sort of push in as a team here, but the Ashmal delays that a little bit.
Anuki is doing a good job here, just putting that extra fire, keeping up their tank, but honestly, it's kind of hard when you have a tank that's a bit squishier than that Sasabi you would normally have here. But Luna gets the pick, and Death God trades with it. Hopefully Orbit gets picked out here, and he does.
Yeah, it looks like the defense was very focused on holding the high ground, but while the attack actually kind of went through the low ground with a lot of them. And it looks like they sort of were able to take that space, but it's really hard to get that B plant when there are the grates up on the A bomb site that it looks like RX is going to try and take advantage of. But with a Hyperion bubble, he's not really able to, and the bomb actually does go down for the side of Expired Pancakes. Now Luna is trying to ult with Dom to try and sort of retake that space and sort of help his team enter it back in, and the kills now are going on the way of Meowing Cats.
Honestly, I'm surprised that even worked. That Dom ult came in and really cleaned it up, but I'm surprised that RX Moon did not notice that bubble coming quicker, while it seems like Barely Functional is just doing the perfect amount of work to distract the entire people up top.
But while we were talking about that, Big Richard and Barely Functional taking the 1v1 at Waypoint, and it goes the way of Big Richard, meaning the Waypoint has been seized, and now the attacker have to spawn back at their original spawn point. And it looks like they're going back for that original plan they had, which is to sort of fight main without Waypoint, and they're probably going to go back and try and capture Waypoint after this fight. With the Hyperion Bubble already used and no space gained, they're going to have to take some time and reset. Luckily, with Amethyst, they'll be able to heal up faster and go for this fight again sooner.
Not to mention, they have that nano ready to go. They might as well combo this with their Trans Am and get one very deadly combo. Trans Am comes out. Hopefully we get a nano in here, but it seems like they're going to keep saving it, which is fine, but I don't understand the logic there. Punch comes out, gets one. Hopefully they trade it out. Death God is almost dead here as Orbit ults and gets countered out by Texan Crab and Tanuki's great teamwork.
What a great attack there by the side of Expired Pancakes. We saw Boinzilla enter in with his Exia, charging up top and being able to take out two. And even though he does go down, he made a lot of space for his team. Meanwhile, on the other side, Orbit tried to use the Susano ult to sort of retake that space, but unfortunately he got denied, and the bomb has gone down to the B bomb site. But RX Moon has activated the Zeta, the tornado
butterfly.
There is nothing to stop him. He's able to get two, and that's a lot of damage done.
Yeah, what a wonderful butterfly. We love to see these beautiful masterpieces just come out from these turn A players. Honestly, the turn A pick is always really strong here, and I think most teams underestimate just how much value you can get on first point if you're planning on holding it out as long as possible.
Yeah, I mean, the turn A, right? It's going up in the air, and with both bomb sites stacked on top of each other.
Zolta with that 4 pick.
Oh my god.
It's like a 4 for 4 at Wendy's, but he can't get the 5th because he only paid $4. But still, that's huge value here. And Bone Kill just goes for that extra ult to style on Texan Crab, who let that charge in but was unable to do anything due to Zolta just getting that nice combo meal right there as Meowing Cats take first point, sorry. And wow, that was an incredible game.
Yeah, I mean, Zolta there really ending the game with that ult. A 4-piece Hyperion ult, totally ending Expired Pancakes push from the waypoint there by just heading down that path with his Hyperion ult. No one could stop him. He took out almost the entire team. What an amazing ult there to close it off. And yeah, that game went pretty handedly to Meowing Cats. So the Colony Trading Post pick not working out the most for Expired Pancakes. We'll have to see if they can come back on Ironworks.
Sadly, the thing is, I'm starting to see is that they're getting hella value. Sorry, they're getting a lot of value with that Mephis, just getting all the damage and getting that healing. But it seems like that ult is just being left alone, left unused. Nano is not Nano from Overwatch. You are getting a much weaker Nano, but that is not something you mess around with because you're still getting that damage boost. You're still getting that damage reduction. And overall, it is a strong ult if you are pairing it and using it properly. And the sheer disrespect it got from Pancakes might have been what cost them that map.
No, it looks like there's potentially a bit of communication issues on when to sort of utilize the Mephis ult there. We saw Boinzilla use the Exia ult, and he's able to take all that space on the top bomb. But he wasn't even ulted by the Mephis there. The Mephis did have the ult. So I wonder if there's potentially some communication issues. And the thing with Mephis ult now, like I was talking about earlier, is that you're able to farm it very quickly. So it's often worth just throwing if you see an opportunity. There's a lot of units that work really well with the Mephis ult, even if you don't have your ultimate to sort of make a combo with it. Sort of, for example, if you just Mephis ult like a Dom Trooper, he can do a ton of damage and he's really hard to kill. Mephis ult your Ashmar and he'll win that fight in the air. So yeah, there were a lot of opportunities, but it looks like they, for whatever reason, decided not to utilize it there.
Yeah, honestly, a really odd pick. You're going for that Mephis for the healing, for the extra bit of presence from that turret and from those pistols doing a decent amount of damage there. But you're neglecting one of the strongest pieces in your kit, and it's sad to see because Pancakes has a team that can totally use that nano and just move it forward. They have two great melee players, and as we saw, Texan Crab can play a mean Dom. So I'm surprised that they kind of forgot about it, which is a bit sad. But at the same time, they played really well there. Meowing Cats is an incredible team, and seeing as they seeing as Meowing was struggling at some points there, being down a few people, and had a hard time coming back here and there, is impressive. So I hope to see this Ironworks map work more in the favor of Pancakes, but we'll see with how these bans turn out.
Yeah, there were some great pushes on the side of Expired Pancakes there when they were going for those bombs. And you could see they were able to get the bomb down multiple times. It was just sort of closing out and holding the bomb after they got it down, which was the issue. Again, I feel like the lack of Salisbury definitely played a role in that because it's harder to sort of take the space when you don't have this big unit sort of in the way and taking all this fire. And we're seeing the pick bans come out now for Ironworks, and it looks like Expired Pancakes have again gone with the Pale Rider ban.
Yeah, honestly, that's not too surprising, seeing as that Pale Rider is going to be really strong here, especially in the A and B points. There's so much high ground on this map that if you can't contest that Pale Rider, then might as well kiss goodbye to the unit altogether. But we're also seeing a Z2M ban, which also makes sense considering the close quarters nature of some of the points on this map.
Yeah, it looks like Meowing Cats not wanting to take the Z2M duel against Expired Pancakes, instead opting to ban the unit out. Maybe we will see the bone kill going on Noon Gundam here. I'm really excited to see. This is the first time we're going to actually see some sort of competitive play on Ironworks, so it's going to be really interesting to see what sort of comps these teams come up with and how they want to go about playing this map.
Yeah, honestly, as much as I want to see Zeta again, I don't think Cats have figured out just how to play together with Zeta. Because even if you just, like, how do you put it? Zeta, if full rage with Nano, is going to be a mess to deal with. And not to mention, they had that Dom Trooper in that last map. So if they bring back that comp, I think they can do something special with Zeta. But I'm not too sure if we're going to see it here. Because that map saw their Zeta players switch out for an Ashamar. So maybe, just maybe, we might see that Ashamar here.
Yeah, the thing with Zeta is that if you're not building that rage... Yeah, see, the thing with Zeta is that if you're not building that rage fast enough and you're not keeping it sustained, you're actually doing a lot less damage than you'd be hoping for. So maybe they were opting to sort of go for the Ashmar pick instead because it's more consistent with his damage, as you're able to shoot at full damage at all times. You're never sort of lower damage or higher damage.
Yeah, and not to mention the Zeta ult is a bit weak, especially if you're not cranking that rage meter to max as much as possible. Because as much as I hate to admit it, Zeta's ult is kind of bad if you're not getting the right peel from your team. But it seems like Barely Functional might actually go for Zeta again here. And I'm excited to see if they're going to be able to fix their mistakes. Because honestly, as we bunk our heads here on the entryway to point C, our first point here, second, actually, I don't know if it's going to be our first point. Our first point is A. Yeah.
Well, I'm personally really excited to see is Renoka on the gun tank. I remember last time we saw Expired Pancakes play, Renoka had some absolutely incredible gun tank salts. So maybe we'll see that again here. But on the other side, we are going to see what it looks like to be Bone Cow on the Noon Gundam. Noon Gundam, a very underrated character and sort of underused. He can pump out a lot of damage, and his ultimate is absolutely incredible. So we're going to see how the teams utilize this.
Big Richard is on that Zeta too. Hopefully, Cats can take advantage of Kouchi's just incredible presence and just enable his Zeta gameplay. And as his first map goes in, we get some damage in, and it seems like Hype goes down first. This big, huge pick for Cats, with Death God going down second, and point unlocking on the favor for Cats.
Yeah, a really great attack there by Meowing Cats. They had two of their team flanked with that Zaku 2 range, while the rest of them took the attention of Expired Pancakes in main. And it was able to work out for them there with them getting the first cap here, although it did take a little bit of time. But yeah, it looks like the point's gone the way of Meowing Cats for now. But the team of Expired Pancakes is coming back in, and they're trying to retake. I see the Hyperion on point with the bubble, trying to hold that space, but Orbit takes him down with the Susano.
The Susano's really strong on this map. Seeing as there's so many tight corners, so many things you can just throw your energy weapons at and then just dash in. Not to mention, Big Richard here on the Zeta is just gonna get in all that damage, keep their rage really high. It seems like Big Richard just already understands how to play Zeta, as you would expect from such a highly esteemed damage player.
Yeah, Zeta coming into the meta, very strong character. I don't know what the meta is going to turn out to be overall, but right now it seems like Zeta is going to be a staple. But it looks like the A point has ended in favor of Meowing Cats, with Big Richard getting a kill again going in towards this C point. But so far, it looks like Expired Pancakes are the first to arrive at C point. Can they play a bit of defense here and be able to hold on? Lunar's put down incredibly low. He's forced to back off, and it looks like Expired Pancakes are going to get C point here at the start. Oh no, Orbit actually with the contest on the other side of the bridge. Renoka cannot
uncontested, but it gets blocked by that bubble there. Honestly, kind of unlucky, seeing as you don't have that much time to shift your aim, but hopefully the rest of the Meowing Cats can clean this up. But it seems like Death God or Renoka have done a really good job here with the rest of their team to clean up these flankers.
Yeah, well, they were able to win the team fight. It looks like they weren't actually able to take point with Lunar stalling with the Zaku 2 range, and he bought enough time for RX Moon to also arrive. So even though it looked like Expired Pancakes won that
Punch
fight,
comes out.
Yeah,
he only gets one.
But it's not enough. Oh, looks like they're finally able to. No, the contest from Orbit again. Well, Expired Pancakes are winning these fights right now. They're not able to actually capitalize on them and take the point. Oh, the big ult from Renoka taking out Orbit. But again, not enough to be able to actually take the point here. And it looks like it's going to go all the way in favor of Meowing Cats.
Big Richard here is honestly playing textbook Zeta, pushing in, especially when you can confirm those kills and just getting in that poke damage to make sure you're as psychotic as you need to be by the time the fight starts.
One thing I want to make note of is that Death God used the Ashmar punch for that last fight, but RX Moon has the turn A butterfly ready, and there's no real counter ult unless Boyenzella can hit a fantastic charge to stop that butterfly from just creating tons of space and doing a lot of damage. But it looks like the fight is finally starting, and Lunar's going to kill Death God. Zolta ulting as Hyperion, but he's not really able to find anyone. But Boyenzella is down. That means RX Moon is free to use this ult, but it looks like they take the point anyway, with the fight going in their favor.
It seems like the teams are just, it seems like Pancakes is just too spread apart by the time picks come in, making it a lot easier for Meowing Cats to just get the picks that they need in order to clarify things. Twitch goes in for the flank ult, but it seems like it's just not there because there's no one backing them up. Tornado comes out. It seems a little bit unnecessary due to everybody already being basically dead, and round one just goes to Meowing Cats. That was an incredible show of skill there. Incredible coordination, and honestly, their inability to shut down that Zeta made it really hard for them to just get any presence at sometimes, because that oppressiveness a Zeta can just have on another team is incredibly high, especially if a player knows what they're doing, if their team can trust what they're doing and peel for them. Because we saw Cool Cheese play Zeta there really well, but it wasn't just the Zeta gameplay that was impressive. It was how well Meowing Cats were able to just peel for him. Because at the end of the day, strong Zeta is only as strong as he's allowed to be peeled for.
Yeah, exactly. If Zeta is not able to hold that rage consistently, and he's not able to sort of have that space given to him by his team, he won't be able to do as much damage as normal. But it looks like the side of Meowing Cats knew how to play around and make space for their Zeta to continue to farm damage and keep that rage active, and just making that space and being able to do tons of damage. But we've seen a comp change on the side of Expired Pancakes with the GM being pulled out. We're going to see if that's able to sort of change the tide this year with an extra shield heal.
Not only that, but we see Zolta switching onto the Mara side. Hopefully, this will help them deal a little bit more with the flankers on Pancake's side, seeing as they are very strong here. Vespio going down, so I don't think that's going to be too much of an issue this round.
Yeah, it looks like they were able to take health pack control to start. the side of Meowing Cats, and with that sort of health back control, they were able to sort of take the fights, and they had the health advantage. Oh, the GM heal almost getting a lot of value, but while dashing, the shield is down, and he was taken out by Big Richard there. And the point does go to the way of Meowing Cats once again.
Thankfully, it wasn't a full team wipe, so if Pancakes play this out properly, they can get in a good poke and just push in when needed. But it seems like Hype is just constantly going in on their own without people just taking advantage of that bubble. I think that's a communication issue with Vespio going down, with Bone Kill being at 1. Orbit is down as well. The Marsai gets taken. Hopefully, they are able to flip this point, but
a bit of a mistake there on the side of Meowing Cats, letting Pancakes just sort of walk in and take the point for free, and they're able to sustain and hold it for a long time. A lot of that being because of the GM being able to heal himself and stay up with that shield and bash through some of the big abilities from the other team. And yeah, I don't think Meowing Cats meant to let them have any of that point, but Expired Pancakes probably going to walk away happy with all things considered with that percentage they got there. And that while they have respawned, they've already gone onto the A bomb site. But a fight with Vespio versus Lunars and Bone Count, he tries to run away, but the new Gun Funnels are chasing him down, and Orbit ends up being the one to finish that kill.
Hopefully we see someone being able to pick it up, but it seems Orbit's just like deathballing through that as Big Richard gets a pick in there too. Death God goes for a kill, and I don't know if he's going to be able to get out here. He's getting cornered by everyone, but Vespio comes here just at the last second to give any support if needed.
Yeah, Meowing Cats pushing all the way through there, sort of denying that space and not letting Expired Pancakes even be ready for the retake. The Zeta ult goes out, and it's actually does get a hit on that GM in the back, sort of not letting him help out his teammate fast enough. That means Big Richard can get away, grab a health back, and come back to the fight.
Honestly, it's quite impressive how these Zeta ults are coming out from both teams, as Barely Functional gets a huge ult in, getting everyone low and securing the point here for Pancakes.
Yeah, Expired Pancakes taking the fight, and Wayne'Zilla chasing down Big Richard with Barely Functional, and they're able to get that kill. That's staggered Meowing Cats. I think Expired Pancakes are going to be able to take the rest of this point. And that means these numbers are actually pretty even, 42 to 50. I wonder how this next point's going to go. But when you look at the ult economy, actually, Expired Pancakes have the advantage with the Susano and Ashmar ult becoming active.
Honestly, I'm a bit concerned to see, like, Meowing Cats just completely forgetting about that Zeta there, very openly ulting, and that's just what really let them get that ult in. As they continue to fight here for high ground, Zolta goes down, with those funnels just being unable to get the necessary damage. Hopefully, they're able to clean up that kill, which they are, as they keep fighting for this health pack. Orbit comes in and pushes, but I don't think he's going to be able to win this against a Jim and oh god, Ash.
Yeah, RX Moon taken down, so that means Death God is free to use that punch, and not really worried about that turn A, but he actually did get res, so the turn A ult could come through here by RX Moon, because right now, Expired Pancakes, they have the point, and here comes the turn A Butterfly on the point. It doesn't really get any kills yet, and he actually doesn't get the value he wanted there. This site was just 2 indoors and 2 enclosed, and RX Moon does not get the value, but they do end up taking the point anyway.
Thankfully, though, he does get value out of just that sheer presence, and it seems like Wenzilla has just used that charge attack way too soon for him to be able to cancel it. But thankfully, we have Big Richard come in here with a Zeta ult, not getting anyone due to that shield play here from Barely Functional, but they cleaned that up really quickly with some great coordination. Vespio fighting here with their GM as Orbit is left behind. Hopefully, they get this huge stagger in and leading them with just a bit of advantage as they go into A site. Hopefully, we see these teams just pick up where they left off, and we get a good fight of this. Wenzilla goes down immediately due to the Big Richard just insane game here. Luna takes out Barely Functional, but Wenzilla's res.
One thing I noticed is that Renoka used his GM mines on the point at the last fight, and while he did get 2 kills, they were rezzed, and they were at the end of the fight where the points weren't actually being gained anyway. But it looks like right now, Expired Pancakes have taken over the fight. Wayne'Zilla activated that ultimate, but he gets taken out by Bonekel and Big Richard. Big Richard with the Zeta laser beam and Orbit activating his Susana. Well, they're really fighting for this last point. They want the game over here.
Arx Moon is doing a really good job here, just providing that extra little bit of pressure that's going to make this Zeta just be able to eat up those kills. And as much as these Susanos are also doing a really good job at making sure that their team has that extra bit of presence, but it doesn't seem like it's going to happen as that Zeta ult goes unpunished and Zolta just gets in there. Barely functional, can't ult here.
What a cool play. Big Richard chucked that Zeta ult down, and Zolta was able to come in with the Hyperion ult and grab those players who were stunned. And that's how they finished that final fight of the series with a 2-0 going the way of Meowing Cats. They take Ironworks.
Honestly, seeing as how that first map went, I am a bit surprised that Pancakes weren't able to show us a fight like last map again. But at the same time, Meowing Cats have really shown us why they won last season, why they are one of the top teams here in the Crosshair League. And honestly, it's impressive how this team has been able to just understand how to play around that Zeta, how to get the value, and it seems like Pancakes hasn't really gotten the memo that Zeta ult takes a really long time to activate, and they could have punished that Zeta gameplay a few times, but it seems like they just kind of forgot about that.
We questioned the map pick bans at the start, but it looks like Meowing Cats had a plan for Ironworks and they executed it. They were able to get the 2-0 there, and that puts them higher up in the standings with a third win now, making them 3-1 on the scoreboard.
Well, does that put them in second overall, or?
I believe that puts them second overall. Yeah, because they're still down with one loss.
They're still down one. Below extended warranty. Honestly, this season's really impressing me so far. We have a bunch of incredible teams here with Wizards of Oz, Gundam 7 Stars, and Fun being new here, while also showing us that they can play with these teams that have been in this league for a while now. And it goes to show that Meowing Cats is just going to show up and just play just how they know how to, just how they are able to just show off. They're an incredible team, and no shade to Expired Pancakes, they are great as well, but when you see how Meowing Cats is able to coordinate, you will understand how they're able to get these victories, how they're able to just get these incredible wins with Zeta Gundam just being out a few days, and it's really impressive.
Unfortunately for Expired Pancakes, that does put them down to 0-4 at the bottom of the league, and with only 3 weeks left after this one, they're going to have a real struggle sort of getting those wins in. 3 matches left. They need those 3 wins.
Honestly, I think they can do it. I think if they put their heads together and put the time into to work on that communication, because I think that's what really is cost them to that first map. If they had just talked a little bit more, they could have gotten some really tasty and really wonderful ults in there, especially with that nano. And I hope I see more improvement from Pancakes, because honestly, I would say they're a fan favorite. People love seeing Pancakes play, and they're a bit of an underdog. So I'm excited to see how they will show up and how they will play at next week's game. And even though this game today is over, there are going to be more games later in the week with our remaining teams, and I am really excited to see those.
Yeah, Expired Pancakes absolutely are the underdogs, but they definitely have what it takes to sort of get some more wins under their belt. But moving forward for the rest of this week, I believe our next match is going to be Wizards of Oz versus Portland, and that'll be coming up later this week, so stay tuned for that.
Yeah, well, thank you all so much for coming. This has been a wonderful game to cast. It's been really fast. I was hoping we would be here for a little bit longer as we watch these two incredible teams come head to head, but it seems like Meowing Cats had another plan for us. So this has been elPrice, or the Precio, however you want to say it, and I thank you all so much for coming, and we will see you all later in the week.
I don't know if I'm changing over. In the moonlight, I can't kill this feeling sober. So I start to come alive. I don't know what starts to control me. I'm letting go, another soul is underneath. I don't really care about this all. It's the fall that kills me. With our back against the wall, just feed the beast and you'll see. Wait for me. I don't tie inside my reality. Wait for me. I don't want your mind to remember this way. I feel like that we're getting closer to a brand new night. The past is finally getting over. I really think it's time to say goodbye. I don't know what starts to control me. I'm letting go, another soul is underneath. I don't really care about this all. It's the fall that kills me. With our back against the wall, just feed the beast and you'll see. Wait for me. I don't wanna die inside my reality. Wait for me. I don't want your mind to remember this way.